Hi, today is Sunday the 19th, and this is how the market looked at the end of the week. So we are going to try and not predict, not forecast, but really look at where the market could be going next week. This is a daily chart, and this chart is definitely proving to be bullish. I've tried to come up with some form of channel, but it is not exactly sure. I just looked at this first line, which comes from previous lows, and then I just plotted cloned lines just above about this lows here, and you can maybe start looking at an upper boundary here. It's way too early to say. In terms of market dynamics, the market is quite bullish. It is not even overbought as per this measure here. But we know that the 3240, these levels have been rejected once and 2-3 times last week. So there may be some stalling, bumping, and maybe eventually even some strong breakout to a higher level now that on lower intraday time frames, this strong resistance is actually on 3280, with this one acting either as a support or a mid-range pivot. This you can see here, it's about a mid-range pivot. I mean, if we look from 3,000, 125 points or 120 points, which is 3 times the usual quantum, so it could be 120 points higher. So that takes you to 3240. Volatility is a little bit bizarre at the moment, so it's not clear whether the market can really go there in a straight line. We see that there was acceleration, some hesitation, another bout of buying here. I mean, it's not clear, at least on this time frame. On this time frame, if you are adept to the trend is your friend, yes, you would look at just the market continuing its ascent, grinding up slowly to maybe 3300. Now let's look at time frame that is more in line with our usual analysis. Here we see that the 3125 is the pivot. The strong resistance is indeed on 3280. We see the same bumping and possibly stalling here. The apparent channel is here. And what can we see? Well, we first can identify strong support levels, the first one being on 3200. I mean, it bounced back about 3 times there. And it could go lower because we have some conjunction of levels on 3180.85 and then 3170, and again quite a number of level converging about a support around 3120. So here again, difficulties in climbing higher. We could have a pattern here, so let me draw it quickly. If we look at this pattern, then we can see that yes, 32,670, maybe 3280 being a potential target here. I will not leave it on. I will just wait for a breakout if it happens. Right, so on this time frame, I would say some residual momentum, possible trade range 3200 to 3240, maybe 3260, and we will see whether the market is then going back into the channel. I mean, I would assume that some heavy selling is coming, but this is also the kind of a summer slumber, waiting for triggers and catalysts like earnings, geopolitical news. So there's a lot of potential adverse news that could actually send the market down. But in the meantime, it looks like the market is still ready to grind up, so we will just then go with the flow until that happens. Now, if we look for Monday, how it should look, I will send, of course, an update when the market opens. But here, same kind of picture. It looks like unless we have some negative news when the futures market reopened, then it would probably try and aim for 3200 or 3280.85 again. Otherwise, it is likely the market will keep grinding up to 3040, 45. So no major surprise to expect. But as I just said, anything can happen anytime. This is true in all markets, but this is actually something that is a little bit more of concern right now. We have I would call it a fake contango. Contango goes from now to October. We also have a desynchronized rollover because VIX is on expire next Tuesday. Generally, the VIX futures expire the same week as the index, so we don't really know whether the final date to roll over to August and September can actually affect this market. At this point, we will watch this level 3240 very, very closely if it ever gets there. Okay, that's it for now. I wish you a very nice end of the weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow on Slack for members of the class. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.